critics too harsh on the Super Mario Galaxy movie, or were they not harsh enough? On one hand, you have people with some valid critiques, but they'll frame it as, if you like this, you're stupid. If you like this, you're a toddler. And look, I'm all for some good condescension at times, but I think the unintended effect of that is it makes people who like it feel they have to dig in and say things like, it's just a kid's movie, did you expect Oscars, blah, blah, blah. The answer there is somewhere in between. I think not every kid's movie has to be the deepest thing. Not every kid's movie has to have some big message. I get frustrated with movies like Hoppers, where it's about something very specific and you can read about the creative team being told they had to make changes to the story to dumb down the message. I don't think we should talk down to kids. I don't think we should treat them like they're dumb. So if you're going to make a movie about a topic, make a movie about a topic. But this is something different. Me personally, when I look at this entire world, I see opportunity. It might be someone who says, well, the Super Mario games don't have much story anyway. The characters aren't that fleshed out. I see that again as a chance to do something else. You basically have a blank canvas and you can create interesting stories. You can use the characters in ways that are fun. I think the most interesting thing to do with video game adaptations is to treat the world like a pile of Legos and build something new from it. With a movie like this, a lot of people, including myself, are really just asking for follow-through on the ideas that are presented. There's this idea of Mario being insecure and not feeling good enough to try to talk to Peach. That's something fun you can play with these characters. Also have a pair of brothers in Mario and Luigi. You can play with this dynamic, do interesting stuff with their relationship. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, but just give a little bit of effort from a writing perspective. But they're really not even in this movie that much, and they don't interact very often. It's like Yoshi, there's not much really to do with them. They're just kind of there for fun. I thought Donald Glover did a beautiful job with his voice acting. You have Bowser, and again, no one is forcing you to do anything interesting with this character, but they tried to kind of develop him in a way that varies from the games. All the stuff about miniature Bowser trying to work on himself was very funny and entertaining. You have him baiting Mario into slapping him and making him bigger again, which doesn't really make any sense why he would do that, but then Bowser actually turns over a new leaf. He decides to help Mario and Luigi, and in the Honey Hive Galaxy, literally decides to put himself into slavery so Mario and Luigi can go free. That's an interesting choice. Take this comically evil, always villainous character from the games and do something new with him. And Bowser Jr. rescues him and says, Dad, I built a cannon to destroy the universe. And rather than Bowser relaying what he's learned to his son, which again would be interesting, his son is able to immediately convince him that he was wrong and that his new friendship with Mario and Luigi isn't that important. Chance for interesting conflict here, and then just kind of let it go. And again, you don't have to start the storyline with Bowser, but if you're going to start it, do something with it. Like if you're going to put a character like Rosalina in the movie and cast someone like Brie Larson, perhaps actually use Rosalina and don't just throw in some half-baked storyline of her and Peach being sisters for an emotional punch at the end that isn't there so they can do something through the power of friendship. Everything else, as I already talked about, don't cast voice actors that do not care. This movie felt like a bunch of different cutscenes put together. It looked beautiful, there were some fun action sequences, but there was an opportunity there to do more, and that's okay to say. Let me know your thoughts about the movie down in the comments. If you want to hear a full breakdown of the Super Mario Galaxy movie, new episode of Goodwill Podcasting is now live, all of these places.